21 marks my 15th year of interviewing local newsmakers, and tonight we're revisiting the very first newsmaker I featured. At the time, Dr. Nido Qubein was just a year and a half into his presidency of High Point University, and everybody knows what's happened to that campus since then. Record enrollment, new academic programs, and lots of new buildings. This weekend, though, will mark the grand opening of the university's largest building to date. And since Dr. Qubein and his wife made the lead financial contribution, it will carry their last name.
And so we want to ensure in every way that growth does not hinder the quality of what we do.
But no one can deny the sheer size of High Point University's growth in the last 16 years. A flight over campus will take you over many of the more than 100 buildings either built or renovated. And now, on the campus's northwestern side, sits a new 300,000 square foot complex that's the brainchild of University President Dr. Nido Qubein.
Any business has to constantly reinvent itself based on all of the implications of the environment in which you reside.
So as you walk through the building's main entrance and across the marble lobby floor that makes you think you're walking into an art museum, proceed to the grand staircase and then walk up the stairs past the Panther statue, you're experiencing High Point University's latest reinvention. But to fully understand it, you have to understand what you could call the Qubein vision. For a university to turn out the best graduates, those students have to have the best higher learning experience. You obviously don't like to use the word luxury, but you call it classy. What is the difference?
Neil, these kids are going to graduate from college. They're going to apply for a job. They're going to make an impression on the interviewer. I want them to walk in that interview, and I want the interviewer to say, "Who are you? I want you to join my team." So what we've done at High Point is create an environment in which people say, you know what? There's no such thing as unrealistic dreams.
So Qubein dreamed up this building, which is actually 3 facilities in one: a 4,500-seat arena, a 2,500-seat conference center, and a 30-room hotel that carries the names of donors Ken and Jana Kahn and features its own grand staircase. Yes, this is a hotel on a university campus. It won't be open to the public, just university guests. The total cost of the entire complex and some of its surrounding components, $170 million.
We didn't borrow one penny. High Point University has not borrowed one nickel in 10 years. Our assets have gone up to $1.3 billion. Our debt is less than 7% of that.
But Qubein stresses all this was built for 3 primary reasons: education, the community, and athletics. But first and foremost, it'll be a teaching facility. Hospitality majors will work here in the hotel.
Because when our students graduate from here in these disciplines, we don't mind if they go work for Marriott's and Ritz-Carlton's and Four Seasons. We don't make any apology about that. And they can work anywhere else too if they so wish.
Those high expectations will also carry over to Aloe, the hotel's Mediterranean-inspired restaurant, which, like the hotel, will be open only to those who have planned visits to or business on campus. The students came up with the concept and will work here.
But it will be a nice restaurant. You have to dress up. You have to make reservations. You can't bring your iPhone with you.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really?
No iPhone.
You check your iPhone in at the door.
In our restaurants, for 90 minutes as you're being served, you cannot have your iPhone.
Event planning majors will help run the conference center, which will provide meeting space for the university, student organizations, and other community partners. And then there's the arena.
The oval shape is all about the fact that regardless where you stand in this arena, you're going to have a good seat.
Students majoring in sports management will be able to practice their craft here. It'll also host concerts, major community events, lectures, and yes, basketball games. Just don't call it a basketball arena.
This is not a basketball arena. This is a place where you can learn and grow, nourish your mind, nurture your soul, and yes, believe in the art of the possible. That I can do all things if I'm willing to work hard enough and smart enough.
But you can come and watch a basketball.
And you can, and I will be watching basketball. I'll be watching basketball, eating popcorn, and we're even going to be serving.
Yeah, cheering. I could see you cheering.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay.
Well, I don't cheer, but I scream at the refs quite often.
Really?
Yes.
All the money this complex makes will go into a scholarship fund to support the university's goal of boosting its endowment by some $370 million in the next 5 or 6 years. In other words, the university's growth continues.
So we are on a trajectory of responsible growth, and we will respond to that as necessary as the needs arise.
And speaking of growth, Dr. Qubein told me he doesn't want to grow the university's undergraduate population right now. He's comfortable with where it stands at about 5,000 students. The priority now is to grow the graduate school. It's why schools of law, dentistry, optometry, and nursing are on the drawing board. And did I mention a new library? That makes me feel really old because I covered the grand opening of the current library many years ago. Students will get their first look inside the Kahn Hotel and the Qubein Arena and Conference Center starting this Friday during the university's Family Weekend, which will include a grand opening celebration concert Saturday in the arena featuring the rock band Train.